Hello there, this is my cannabis diary. Date is Friday, 28th of December 2007, and I'm just basically doing this as well, partly for a record for personal reasons, um, also for other people as well, because I know especially at the moment, with it being all over the media, this could be extremely relevant to not necessarily just people who smoke cannabis, but people who may be considering it, people who may be worried about friends, children, relatives who are smoking it. But yeah, basically that's it. I'll start from the beginning. I'll just add whatever I remember, to be honest. Short-term memory isn't that good, funnily enough. Right, my situation. I've suffered from depression since the age of 13. I've smoked cannabis since I was 18, 19. Stopped smoking it for a year, started again in 2002. And I've pretty much started gradually smoking between 2002 and now. It's got to the point where I've been smoking it many times every single day for quite a while now. Probably years, like easily 3 or 4 years. It's been a daily problem. The first phase of my cannabis use was occasional. Now, this lasted until about 2004, after I split up with my long-term girlfriend. I had started having like longer breaks, and my consumption had come down. But after that, I started smoking it heavily again. Ended up having to go on antidepressants again, something that I'd handled quite well up until that point. The cannabis helped. There's no doubting about that at all. And then after that, it kind of went into the second phase, 2002-ish, 2004-ish rather. I started smoking much more. I started smoking far more socially. A lot more people I know who knew at the time smoked cannabis. It was generally something everybody did, and a really brilliant way to socialise with new and different people. Not just by the smoking it, but the buying it. Obviously, some of the characters you get to meet while buying drugs can be quite unsavoury and not really favourable to buy from people like that. By and large, though, I've met quite a few nice people. Because that's the thing, cannabis users aren't generally horrible or criminal people. In fact, believe it or not, quite a lot of the time are actually the most sympathetic and caring people you can ever wish to meet, really. Yeah, to go a bit further on my second phase of smoking, I started enjoying it more and more because we were getting, like my mate was dealing at the time, just to kind of fund his own smoking habit. We were getting hold of some really excellent, really strong, high grade, proper, really good skunk. Well, I say skunk, it wasn't skunk breed wise. I think it was probably something like White Widow. But basically, it kind of morphed into a daily habit, and then from daily it went to kind of several times a day, and at its peak, I'd probably say smoking over an eighth a week. That was mainly because it was so enjoyable. Like, if I smoke that much in a week now, it's just mainly because of my stupidly high tolerance and stuff. But basically, right now I'm massively in the grip of what I see as quite a massive drug addiction. Now, people don't like to use those two words anywhere near cannabis. It's always dependency. So, no, you're dependent, and using the old physical addiction is the only addiction or whatever. This is where my opinions on the drug come in, and my personal experience with the drug over many, many years. And I'm not just drawing on personal experience here, I'm drawing from anecdotal evidence from people from the internet, and a lot of people that I know off the internet, day-to-day friends, that kind of thing. A majority of them basically feel the same as I do. I don't think they're quite so dependent on it, kind of to live, if you know what I mean. But yeah, my problem's pretty bad, I feel, and it's definitely an addiction. Why do I think it's an addiction? withdrawal symptoms. Simple as. Uh, People that smoke cannabis long term, withdrawal involves not being able to eat, not being able to sleep, and mood swings. Now, the mood swings can be aggressive, uh, or depressive. Now, the aggression obviously can range from verbal, like aimed at people around you, people you love. It can be physical, like for me, I've punched a fair few holes in doors and stuff in the past. I'm quite ashamed to admit. And then there's the depressive side of thing, which I seem to suffer from quite a lot these days, from cannabis withdrawal. I can only assume this is down to the way cannabis works on the dopamine and the, what was the other one, melatonin. Now, melatonin is basically you're sleeping, you're eating, and your mood. I know the dopamine, I believe, is down to the mood, mainly. Basically, cannabis releases a rush of stuff that's already in your mind. A massive rush of chemicals that give you the general feelings you get from being high. And I suppose over time your body adapts and kind of changes to cope with various things that are in this body. Yeah, basically, over the years, these get kind of eaten away by excessive use. But basically, I mean, any advice I have to people right now who may be considering, maybe already smoking it and finding themselves sliding towards the situation, all I can say is please try not to get in that far. Keep it very, very occasional, because trust me, just about everyone I know that's ended up with it as a daily habit have become hooked to it to a massive degree. A lot of these suicides you hear about, people that have had like cannabis addiction, you'll actually find more often than not they have just quit smoking when they've committed suicide. I don't think it takes a genius to work out the link between the two. People will try and make out cannabis is a nice safe drug because it's a plant, but I can assure you, and I wouldn't say this, trust me, if I didn't think it was spot on, it's not the drug it used to be. It used to come across as something that was non-addictive and safe, the safest of all the drugs, but I can tell you right now, the thing is, when you're like really kind of hooked on the stuff, you kind of live in this kind of denial, and the denial generally exists while you're high. It's only when you're not smoking it that you realise the full extent of the problem. Now, by extent of problem, basically, it just feels like a serious drug addiction, which just seems ludicrous, but it isn't. It's an addiction, it's affecting my health, and I know I'm not the only person that suffers these problems. Like I say, this diary is mainly for the benefit of, well, anybody really, for information. Yeah, that's the main reason I want to quit. The contamination issue is quite a big thing for me too.